It's Wednesday afternoon, and you know what that means. Ringside Heat is on the air on News Talk Saga 960 AM, but it's also Wednesday afternoon on Spotify when we drop it at 3 p.m., and also Friday afternoon at 3 p.m. when we drop this on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lex Tan, host and producer of the show. You can follow me at Lex Tan Media. You can follow the show at Ringside_Heat on all the social media platforms. And if you're watching on YouTube right now, you can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, as well as Patreon. And it is another two-man ring crew here today. And I'm joined by a fella that we haven't seen for a while over here. He's our AEW expert and our local Godzilla expert as well. You can follow him at Risen72, and you can follow his Godzilla podcast at KanjiraCast. His name is Colin Dodge. And Colin, welcome back to the show.
Oh, what's going on? Well, I'm not going to get into details. I'm a very private person, as you know. Mm-hmm. Only most of the ring crew doesn't even know my real name. But so we'll just say, my work-life balance is just completely out of whack. But yes, I am back. I did watch Double or Nothing, so I had to come back and help and talk about it. As far as KanjiraCast, this past Sunday, episode 6 dropped, so we're rolling right through the first era of Godzilla films, and so we'll see what's coming up next at the end of June. But yes, ready to talk Double or Nothing for sure.
Mm-hmm. And before we do start getting into Double or Nothing, this weekend, I was talking about this with Chico over at TNA Under Siege on Friday night in Brampton at the CAA Center, which I will tell you right now, it was an amazing it was an amazing vibe in the building. It was you had no bad looks in the arena. Every place that you could sit at the CAA arena had an amazing view of the ring. It looked great. We felt, you feel close to you feel close to the talent, and that's something you don't get in a WWE show.
No, not at all. They're filling giant stadium stuff. That it sounds like the ACC, where there's really no bad seat in the ACC as well. I don't know about as intimate as you're describing, but yeah, the ACC, or what's it called now? Scotiabank Arena.
Scotiabank Arena, yeah.
But yeah.
but at this point, who cares? I mean, as I said last week's episode, this weekend had more fight in Toronto and the Greater Toronto area than the Maple Leafs put up in 2 games in Scotiabank Arena.
Oh, brother.
I'm still not over it.
I'm not ready yet. Well, I'll just say on NHL 25, my team, I put them back in their Calgary Hitmen jerseys.
Very nice.
We'll just leave it at that.
Very nice. Hey, when in doubt, when in doubt, the Hart family will not disappoint you. They have disappointed anybody in what now 40 some odd 40 50 years that they've been involved with the WWE and now AEW. So hey, you know what? Owen
Hart tournament now in honor of Owen Hart. So it's great.
Exactly, and we will get into that. But TNA Under Siege. Just letting you know, Colin, that show Chico and I did get a chance to go. It was really cool because they do employ the local people over there, as opposed to just like using it's not just the in-arena staff, but then there's also the people who get employed by by TNA themselves. They'll apply for work during the shows, and then they'll put them in whatever role. So a wrestler that I know of in the Oshawa scene, his name is Owen Klein. He was actually the guy in charge of the autograph line for Matt Hardy, and so it was really, really cool to be able to just say
that's amazing.
Say hi to him and just say say hi to my buddy, say hi to my buddy Owen, but at the same time, know that I was saying hi to one of the great legends of the past 30 years of wrestling, Matt Hardy.
Did you get a Matt fact?
I did not get a Matt fact, unfortunately. But the fact was that I just that I said, hey man, you're a legend, and you've given me so much entertainment over the years, and thank you for everything that you've done, because you got me through a whole bunch of things. And unfortunately, I didn't have enough money to pay for him, but at least I got to say that to him to his face.
Hey, it was a busy weekend this past weekend, not just with wrestling, but there's a lot of stuff going around, and yeah. So I mean, and everything that's happening, we're all watching our wallets. But no, that's great. You got to speak with them. That's worth it all anyway. So
And Joe Hendry also. I have to say, Joe Hendry again, amazing guy. Because we all believe in Joe Hendry. Unfortunately, something happened this weekend after TNA Under Siege, which we can talk about later. But
I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm already hurt enough with the Leafs. Now you got to take stuff from Joe Hendry. But
I know.
it was fine what happened with Randy Orton, but this is a bridge too far. But
yeah, I remember seeing Joe and as cordial and as gracious as he was and everything, he was also quite pooped during after the autograph line. So I mean, hey, and that's the reason why I didn't like. I wanted to spend more time and talk with him, but I could see in his face that's like, okay, you know what? He really needs to rest because he got to get to Tampa soon. Too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not like he's just going to head home. The dudes, they're on the road. Wrestlers are always on the road. So yeah.
Exactly. But that's the one thing you want to talk about AEW. We have TNA Under Siege, Border Brawl as well too on that same day as AEW Double or Nothing, as well as NXT Battleground. Saturday night's main event on the day before in between, and then of course the TV tapings for TNA Impact. First of all, I said it before, I'll say it again. This is the healthiest wrestling has ever been as a genre of entertainment, and we are all and we're all winning. It's not just the wrestlers, not just the promoters, but you and me as fans and the people who are watching it.
Spoiled for choice, they're all unique in their way. So it's not just carbon copies of each other. They're not all trying to be WWE or anything like that. They're all extremely unique. I love saying that AEW has finally become unique. You can tell it's an AEW show. That was always the first thing I was worried about when they started. Go back into our archives. You'll hear me yammering on about that, going, they got to be unique and not just have retirees. And I mean, Sting did great, but dude, you're hanging out with Darby, you're going to get yourself killed. But anyway, he's retired now. It's okay now.
And congratulations to Darby for making it to the top of Mount Everest and planting the AEW flag up there.
Yep. Now, if he would just show up in AEW and save us from Mox, that's another thing. But we'll see.
In that case, you know what? Let's get into that because I know that you have something about WWE that you want to say. We'll save that for later on, but we'll start off with a little bit of AEW Double or Nothing. And you were telling me beforehand that you really liked the show. This was again. Another one of the streak of amazing shows that AEW has been putting out, but this one was a little bit different for you.
Yeah, again, another solid pay-per-view. It happened all last year with minor match glitches that bothered me, but this year has just been absolutely stellar. It's been really great pay-per-views, all the matches top to bottom. This, of course, had another Anarchy in the Arena match. Mm-hmm. I've seen them all. This is their best one and the only one I've liked.
Interesting.
It's insane to track these kind of matches. So I understand that. I know the poor crew has ridiculous task in trying to cover all this stuff. There's still the issue of, this person's about to land on somebody's face. Oh, they cut away into a fan going, oh my God. So, that happened a couple times, but the match, as much as an Anarchy in the Arena match can make sense, it made sense. The story beats were there. Everybody followed along. It was called Anarchy in the Arena, but then all of a sudden Joe and Claudio were outside of the arena at the main gate with people walking by going, why are those two men beating the crap out of each other? What is AEW? Yep. What is happening over there? I'm like, it's Anarchy in the Arena, boys. Get in the arena, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's. But
that's actually really cool. That there's they caught random people watching what was going on and just wondering what the heck's this thing going? What the heck is this, right?
Oh, same thing Toni Storm was doing. She went out on the veranda at another thing and was just screaming to the people walking by.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. And one person waved. Tony waved back like it's live. Toni Storm. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And her match was it with Miyu?
Mina.
Oh, Mina.
Shirakawa.
Oh, sure, that's right, Mina Shirakawa. Yeah. Oh, yes, there was. Now I remember. I don't know why I could have forgotten what happened at the end of that match, but
hey, they're friends. They just beat the crap out of each other. It's just it's a handshake.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but again, again, it's Tony Storm doing Tony Storm things and being awesome at it, and then Mina Shirakawa is just 20,000 times awesome as well. So it's
so I mean, she's famous from Stardom. Mariah May is from Stardom as well. Actually, her and Mina were. I don't know if they were actually tag champs, but they were a tag team and a friend duo over there for the longest time. So Mina's from Stardom. I think she's pretty much full-time AEW now, if I'm not mistaken. She still might have a few commitments here and there with Stardom, but it looks like she's full-time AEW now. She's sticking around, so which is great because the women's division is just getting better. So.
Mm-hmm. And so so Anarchy in the Arena, you thought was good. How about the Owen Hart Cup?
Yeah. Now that tournament's just getting better and better. What they're trying to do. I think it's what they're trying to do, and I think they're successful. Is this is becoming a tournament to watch. Mm-hmm. So every match. So like the initial semifinal or the quarterfinal qualifiers and all that kind of stuff, those matches don't matter kind of thing. Mm-hmm. They're all great to watch. They were all great to watch. It was very star-studded because you had Mercedes in there, you had Will Ospreay in there and all this kind of stuff. And so it seemed like obvious ways it was going to go. I thought for sure it would have been Ospreay and Fletcher in the final, Kyle Fletcher, because they're in this rivalry now. But I mean, we saw, of course, it was Ospreay and Hangman. As far as I know, it was the first time they've ever been in a match together.
Wow. Okay.
And then, of course, we had Mercedes in her match. And it was just, it's a really great tournament to watch. So when they start it on Dynamite and Collision, they're turning it into a reason to turn in weekly when it starts. And they've now done it where it's paying off 2 pay-per-views. So you watch this pay-per-view to see who's going to win, and now you're watching the next one because they're now challenging for titles. So it's going to be Mercedes and Tony and Hangman and Mox. So so it's great. The Owen Hart tournament is becoming a staple, I think, for them when they have it going. So it's a great yearly event.
Mm-hmm. And what do you and so looking ahead to AEW All In July in Texas, and of course, we also should mention that AEW All Out will be in here in Toronto on September the 20th. So that's going to be
not the very next week. Oh, that's amazing!
Exactly,
they've learned. It was an experiment. They tried it. It didn't work. They stopped it. So it's fine.
And the press release that I did receive from AEW, because they give you press releases. The tickets I'll go on sale this coming Monday, June the 2nd, and there are pre-sale opportunities and. Their website, www.allelitewrestling.com/AEW-insider. So if anybody wants to go for pre-sale opportunities, just go to that website and they'll hook you up with that. But where
go to a wrestling show, people. Toronto, I know you love a wrestling show. AEW is going to give you that. At least that's what I've been watching on TV. So,
And but as we go toward AEW All In Texas, where do you see the story developing? How do you see the story developing now between Mercedes and Tony and on the way there, and as well from Hangman and Mox? And where do you think that ultimately will happen? What do you foresee for AEW All In for these two?
All right. Well, let's start with Tony and Mercedes. I think what's happening is now that Mercedes has figured out the rhythm. She's not annoying now. I now don't care about her stupid CEO chant intro. Doesn't bother me anymore because she's found the heel rhythm that we know she can do in WWE. So I don't know if it was just a culture shock of being in AEW, but she's got the rhythm now, so it's great. Her work with Harley Cameron, I think, helped a lot. Because, anyway, so I think what's going to happen, if I'm going to look at it from logic, 30-year wrestling fan from my couch, Mercedes is going to get the belt and have another belt because she's got the Owen belt. She can quick offer two. She lost one belt, so the Owen belt is replacing that one, and then she'll get the new one. I think Tony's going to get some time off, well deserved. Mm-hmm. She's had the women's division on her back. Not that anybody's slouching, but on her back for a while now. And she'll get some time off. But I think when she comes back, because Tony Khan has hinted at the idea of women's tag team. So I think it would be smart then for Tony to have a partner and have Tony and somebody be the first women tag team to get those belts off and running. And then have Mercedes at the top.
Okay.
And so now maybe, I don't know if they're even going to unify the TBS Women's Champion and the World Women's Championship. I don't know if that's down the line too. I think that'd be a mistake. But if they're going to do a tag division, then you have enough women are busy going after the tag titles. So then it's not like you have too many people going after a 2-belt person, right? So, so I think logically in terms of long-term of what to do with the division, that's continuing to grow. Tony loses, gets some time off, comes back. Her and a partner become new tag champions. Maybe her and Mina. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Or if Mariah May comes back. I don't know if Mariah May is coming back. I think her contract is up or about to be up. But yeah, so that could be a thing too. So yeah, that's where I'm seeing that one. The Mox Death Riders storyline needs to land and land fast. And what I should have saw coming was that the Cowboy is going to Texas for a title shot. I should have seen that coming. So,
oh, right.
I should have seen that coming. So, because again, they're apparently they're going to keep doing Jay and Gunther. They're going to keep doing Hangman and Swerve. So I think it makes more sense for Swerve to be chasing Hangman. So I think Hangman will finish off Mox. Mox will also get some well-deserved time off. And I'm also hoping at All In that Willow and Marina Shafir finally get like a steel cage match, because they've been slowly trying to kill each other for like 6 months now, and I need that match to actually happen. Yeah.
As if it wasn't happening enough at Anarchy in the Arena.
Yeah, but there's too many things. It's just got to be the two of them.
That's true.
Give them their match. They haven't paid it off in a proper match. They've been in mixed tag, but it hasn't paid off in a proper match. So hopefully at All In, they'll have like a cage match or ambulance stretcher match, whatever they want to call it. Yeah. So, yeah.
And what do you think was the sleeper match of the night at Double or Nothing?
I really enjoyed Briscoe and Ricochet.
Oh, really?
Because I really love Ricochet right now. Ricochet is fantastic. Briscoe, you can't go wrong. He'll always deliver. That was really good. But I mean, Tony Storm, man. It's just, that was a great match too. There was a lot to pick from. And the easy answer is probably Anarchy, because that was my favorite one, and I haven't liked the others. But honestly, probably Ospreay and Hangman, when you consider it's the first time they met, and they did get the crowd back into it. But a very special shout out to Let the Bodies Hit the Floor by Drowning Pool on repeat during Anarchy in the
That's
Arena.
right. That's right.
That was brilliant. There was a bit of a swerve no pun intended, when at first it was "I'm so excited," and Kenny Omega's like, "That doesn't make sense. How about we try this?" And then they threw on "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor," and it was just on repeat. It repeated 4 times before the match ended, and it was amazing. It woke the crowd back up, gave them enough energy for Hangman and Ospreay, which was, of course, a stellar match. I remember back in the day when finishers actually finished matches. I know that's not a thing anymore, and no matter what promotion you watch. But even in this crazy one, they did do that well. So I'll have to give it to Ospreay and Hangman for match of the night, because it ended well. And to follow Anarchy in the Arena is not easy, and they did get the crowd back into it. So yeah,
and that's important too, because I can tell you right now that that after watching Anarchy in the Arena, and I was very, very much entertained by it, and I also recorded my reaction to it on YouTube and everything. So it's up on the Ringside Heat YouTube for anybody who wants to watch it. I mean, there was so much going on in that match, on top of like everything I had to do for the previous day, and also following the other just come at you, boom, 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 like match after match after match and everything. After Anarchy in the Arena, I was pooped, man. I was already starting to fade a little bit by the Don Callis versus Paragon match, so I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna risk falling asleep on the air again, and I'm gonna just say good night. Good night. Enjoy the Adam Page Will Ospreay match.
About that match, however it was good, that could have been on TV. That didn't need to be on the pay-per-view. If there was an edit to be made of the pay-per-view, that could have headlined a Dynamite or Collision easily. That one didn't need to be on the pay-per-view. Don Callis had tons of representation that night for all his guys. So, but a decent match. But yeah, it's one of these things is not like the other. That it would have been that match. That could have been on TV.
And it was actually before we go, I just want to say that it was also really cool to see Speedball Mike Bailey again again in this promotion. So
he's an off-brand Street Fighter character, and he's awesome. He's the GoBot Street Fighter guy that you get in the bargain basement, and he kicks ass. And he's Canadian. I love it.
Exactly.
I didn't know about the guy before AEW. I probably should have. I didn't know about him. And yeah, he's awesome. As quirky as he looks.
Again, great match with Okada there. And
he hung with Okada. I mean, that's not easy. And obviously he's that good. Obviously, I'm sure a ton of people already knew that. I'm learning it now. But yeah, that was a great match.
If there's any match type that you should watch Speedball in, it's a triple threat match, because 2 weeks ago over at Maple Leaf Gardens, it was he was in a triple threat match for MLPW, and that was just like, it's the craziest, it's the craziest good chaos that you could find.
That's a trend lately. Triple threats are getting really good, and like not just AEW, but WWE's had a few, and they're really perfecting triple threats lately, which is great, because when they're done amazing, you remember it. It's match of the night. Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. And that's what. And personally, for me, MLPW, that was the match of the night for me. The Mike Bailey match.
Nice.
Yeah. Ringside Heat on News Talk Saga 960 AM, your favorite podcatcher, as well as on YouTube. We're going to take a break for a commercial here. And if you do have anything that you want to advertise, we'll put that up on our YouTube. We'll put that as well too on Saga 960 AM. So basically, your ad here after when we go back or when we take our break. And, it will be your promotional considerations. We'll be back with more after this.
Only everyone he's looking for one single face.
And welcome back to Ringside Heat on News Talk Saga 960 AM, your favorite podcatcher, as well as on YouTube. My name is Lex Tan. Follow me at Lex Tan Media. Follow the show at Ringside_Heat. And alongside me here is Colin Dodge at Risen72 at KanjiraCast. He is our AEW expert, but he also has been getting into WWE thanks to Netflix, because he doesn't have to pay for anything more for Netflix anyway. But
it's expensive enough. Let me tell you.
Yeah, exactly. And hey, you know what? As I said before, this was the first time I had ever had a Netflix subscription, because I just know how to pirate things, to tell you the truth. So I know I shouldn't be saying that on CRTC radio and everything. So, but then
anyway,
again,
advertise with us.
But hey,
we'll get the product somehow.
I'm paying for WWE content now, so yay me. Anyway, starting on, but speaking of which, though, I just have to commend right now WWE. They had Saturday night's main event in between the big TNA night and then the big NXT TNA/AEW night of the Sunday. Again, R-Truth is is a freaking international treasure. He is funny. He is he can be evil. He can also be delusional, but he also but he's also just multi-talented. He's not just a rapper, but he is he's a good singer, and he's got some good a good musical brain in his cranium, man. Because
number 5, improv, sir. Improv.
Yes. Yep. Improv as well. I mean, that guy he's a wrestling promotion's dream wrestler. He can do anything. And that just reminded me of something when Roman Reigns was saying that, back in 2017, oh yeah, John Cena, you're a yes man. You're a yes man who can learn anything and do anything. I heard that line, and I'm just like, why is that a bad thing?
Yeah, that means that you're adaptable and you're good at being told what to do. I don't know. But apologies to Anthony Bowens. AEW fans will understand this. I think R-Truth is the actual 5-tool player that Anthony Bowens claims to be in his new gimmick.
You were not wrong. You were not wrong at all. And because they had that match, John and Truth, when they it was stemming from the last PLE where Truth was trying to talk John Cena back and bring him back to the good side and everything. He was being like the Luke Skywalker to the Darth Vader, but John picked him up and F5'd him. I'm sorry, attitude adjusted him through the table, rather. I'm sorry.
How dare you talk about Megan Bain's finisher? I mean, bro. Sorry.
And so, I just gotta get, I gotta get the words out to Truth's. Let's see, what's it? When it all adds up. There you go. When it all adds up. Ron Killing's lyrics. Let's see. Where is it? Anyway. Anyway, it's just if you look up the lyrics to "When It All Adds Up" by Ron Killings, it perfectly is underscoring exactly what his character is feeling toward John Cena, because he feels so betrayed, and he's questioning the people that he's been supporting and who and who's out there supporting him and everything. So it's perfect timing by Ron Killings to drop that just about, I think, maybe 7 days ago, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. Yeah, it had to have been within this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's so if there's anything that's being done right in the Cena heel turn, it's Ron Killings. It's R-Truth.
Well, I mean, as we said at the top, I've been away from for a while, and how I love to just throw out some kind of crazy statement, possibly controversial. I've concocted something, and I did mention earlier that I really did like that Ricochet and Mark Briscoe match on Double or Nothing, and I got to tell you, the best heel turn this year has been Ricochet and not John Cena. Mm-hmm. That's how you do a heel turn, and if Cena had Ricochet's heel turn, I think it'd be a lot different landscape right now, because much like Austin beat up JR and speedy recovery, please, JR. Now John Cena's beating up R-Truth. It's like they're trying too hard. It's like forcing Roman Reigns down our throats for those 5 years. It's like all these feelings. I'm not going to say Spider-Man 3 Tobey Maguire just yet, but not just yet. We don't have a lot of time left. There's only so many months left, but I'm just saying Ricochet's the heel turn you want to look to this year, not Cena's. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And you also have something that you want to say that's quite critical of John Cena and the WWE a little bit more detail, as you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's interesting with Cena with the heel turn. I just see it so much looking like how it didn't work with Austin and how it's kind of not working with this one. And it's really not like, I mean, unless they try to save it with a TNA invasion, I don't think that's going to work either. We just saw Rhino at AEW. I don't think he can double book. he's getting up there. He looks great still, but Rhino's only so busy. It's just, I'm not sure. And now like fans are refusing to boo him. Like they're not accepting it and that kind of thing. And I'm just seeing the Austin heel turn all over again. It's just what is resonating the most with me. So I'm not sure if they kind of speed up and do a redemption thing. Like even when Daniel Bryan went with the Wyatt family for a little while, instant rejection of that. Nobody was having that. They had to end that in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Like it was just, we're not going to do it. Dean Ambrose was a germaphobe for half a day. Just like, what is happening? Yeah. I mean, he was Seth's amazing backup, and then now he's a germaphobe. Like it was just weird. Yeah. So I'm not sure. I'm just worried. And I don't know. There's still time for Jacob Fatu to save it all and just destroy John Cena and he can become a double champ. He can do like Warrior and just have the 2 belts for a little while.
Well, I mean, like, hey, if there's anybody who can do it, I mean, you said it before and we'll say it again. Jacob Fatu Jacob Fatu is a money-making machine. I could see him as a money-making machine, that guy.
He's the first WWE merch I bought since Big Evil.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right.
If there's somebody to believe in aside from Joe Hendry, it's Jacob Fatu.
But you know what, though? I mean, and that's the thing. That is what confounds me. I was really slack-jawed, boogie-eyed, just jaw dropped to the floor, shocked at what happened at the end of NXT Battleground. Trick Williams defeating Joe Hendry for the TNA Championship.
And take nothing away from Trick Williams. I mean, if they think he's ready, that's great. But is it not too soon? Like, isn't Joe Hendry, shouldn't he enjoy? I mean, are they going to do a back and forth rematch kind of thing? Or
I would like that. I mean, I haven't gotten to see NXT yet because I haven't been able to watch NXT yet. So to see the fallout of Battleground, but I would like to think that that's going to happen because according to the info card on the broadcast, Joe Hendry went into that match as a champion for the past 126 days, which I mean, which is a good title reign. But then, considering what we've been used to over the past couple of years, that's relatively short.
I mean, I mean, 4 months is great for, it'll get you through a lot of pay-per-views and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you're right. I mean, we're used to. I mean, Mox still has his. Roman had his for, I think, half my life. And, so, yeah, no, you're right. Gunther, how long was Gunther's run? I know he had a few, but didn't he have 600 days or something?
Yeah, the evil number of 666 days.
Oh, did he? Oh my god!
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know what? Move over, Jacob Fatu. Yeah, I do like metal, but no. Yeah, you're right. But it's also, I mean, maybe it's a sign to kind of bring it back to more realistic title runs. I don't know. It's. I'm such a Hendry fan, though. It seems too soon to me. But again, but that's not taken anyway from Trick Williams. If he's got it, maybe it's a tester kind of thing. See if he can handle it, right? And then if not, just put it right back on Joe too. So I mean, that's happened before. So, and
that's the thing too. I don't think it's going to last too long because it's the TNA Championship being held by a quote unquote WWE contracted superstar, right? And so they have to be very careful not to bury TNA the way that they were buried back in the AEW run. Basically, I still really did not. I did not like how that was all booked, personally speaking. But it made sense. It made sense that AEW had to come out on top, though. I will say that it had to. That as much as I didn't like it, it made sense.
Yeah. I mean, I also immediately think of Jericho having the Ring of Honor world title too long. it ended correctly and in a great match with Bandito. So Bandito is now the Ring of Honor World Champion. That was great, but that should have happened months sooner as well. But I get the idea of we need more eyes on Ring of Honor. So maybe this is a step of the even younger up and comer. Not that, Joe Hendry's not that old either, but he's the 10-year overnight sensation guy, right? He's been around for a long time. now he's hitting his stride globally, you could say. But yeah, so again, maybe this is just, okay, now our team has the ball for a bit because we're in this partnership kind of thing. So maybe trying to bring in the TNA crowd is obviously not going to be as big as the WWE crowd, but yeah, but you're right. It's just like, well, all these WWC guys, we have to make sure they get squashed in their first week during the invasion. You can tell my age by my references, folks.
And here's something you can tell my age for. I still think that my two favorite Joe Hendry songs that he ever sang weren't in TNA or weren't in NXT. It was back, I believe, in Insane Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
His version of "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins, and the whole music video too.
Yes.
I can hear Joe Hendry in the air tonight. And what's that? What's the other one that I really loved? That's right. His "Living on a Prayer," which he directed to Scotty Too Hottie, the Shite People's Elbow.
That's right. Wasn't that in WCPW, the Wall Culture Pro Wrestling?
I don't know.
It was there for a blip.
It was in Europe. I know that. So
yeah, it might have been there. But yes, no, you're right. Yeah, those were perfect. That song from Phil Collins anyway is just
so good.
Even parodies, especially well executed ones.
Speaking of well executed, I do want to talk about what happened in Niagara Falls on Sunday, the same time as NXT and the same time as AEW shows.
Again, we are spoiled for choice, people.
Exactly. I do want to talk about the Canada USA border brawl hosted by the stars of TNA Wrestling, and I
want to hear this. You've talked about it briefly when before we came back on, and I'm very interested. I want to go find it and watch it. Yeah.
I believe it is available on YouTube for free. So
fantastic. Well, that's what I'm doing right after this then. Yeah.
Awesome. And we'll talk about the tournament style, which I think this should be continued by TNA Wrestling, because I think it works so well. When we come back after these promotional considerations.
Under all the lights, with only everyone, he's looking for one single face.
And welcome back to Ringside Heat on News Talk Saga 960 AM, your favorite podcatcher, as well as on YouTube. Lex Tan and Colin Dodge at the helm over here with lots of wrestling talk here for this hour.
So much wrestling.
I mean, how can you condense 5 big shows with big implications in a whole that take place over a 3-day weekend?
Yeah.
In an hour? I don't know how to.
And you know what? I'll say it. How dare you be arrogant enough to only watch one promotion? There's so much. Give it all a try. Give them all a try.
I watched AEW this weekend. I watched NXT.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people, the internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I know you watched. We saw it. No, you went triple duty this weekend. I know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying others. Apparently, I picked on Lex about this a lot.
Yes, you did. Over the past couple of months, yes.
I pick on everybody, Lex. Don't worry. Now it's the internet's turn. Broaden your horizons, people. Check it all out. You don't have to like it all, but give it a try. That's all I'm saying.
And as you were saying, my horizons were broadened in terms of wrestling tournaments this weekend with TNA's presentation of the Canada-US Border Brawl, which took place in Niagara Falls, of all places, which is great.
Oh, perfect booking. This sounds amazing already. Yeah.
I was this tempted. I was this I was this close to actually going to the border brawl and just I didn't have anything really to do on the Sunday and everything, but I was just pooped from the entire weekend and just
to cover all this stuff, Lex, you need to hire a driver. Because I would not want you trying to drive to Niagara Falls because you're going to end up over in the falls because you're too tired. Geez. But yeah, you need to get yourself a driver. There's got to be some kind of intern situation from Ryerson or UFT. You can get a driver. There's got to be something, and they get life experience from it. But yes,
hey, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a great idea. Interns are awesome.
Why do you think I have a podcast right now? I have a producer, and I'm paying him with life experience.
Yes. Broaden your horizons, life experience. I wish I could have experienced this live now that I'm talking about this and watching it over as well. So the way this is, they have a point system here for the Canada-USA border brawl. Okay. So the scoring system was as follows. If you had a double DQ, you get 0 points. For a double DQ, no count out, or a draw. You get 1 point for a standard victory via pinfall, submission, count out, or DQ. Okay. You get 2 points for a quick victory, which would be in under 5 minutes, and you get 3 points for a lightning victory, which would happen in under 1 minute.
Okay, was there anything for a submission?
Yes.
Classified anywhere?
Yeah. If you or standard victory, if the match took over 5 minutes and you were able to make your opponent submit, then you would get. If the match is over 5 minutes and it was a submission, it's 1 point.
Oh, okay, cool.
So any of those types of victories, which is under 5 minutes, 2 points. If any of those victories under 1 minute, then it's 3 points.
Oh, okay, just absolute squash.
Yes, exactly.
Take Cena, for example. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So here's how it went. So the first match of the night was Sami Callihan of USA defeating William Trudeau. I don't know who that is, but
we know the last name says it all. So yeah.
Yep. USA up 1-0. Courtney Rush defeated Victoria Crawford in under 5 minutes. So Canada was able to get 2 points out of that one.
Hell yeah.
Putting up 2-1.
I like it.
Let's see. The system, which is Moose and Johnny Dango Curtis, defeating Channing Decker and Jesse Bieber. Again, that's that's a giveaway of which country he's from. So that was over 5 minutes. So Canada and USA were tied at 2, as the USA earns 1 point there. Tommy Dreamer defeated Champagne Singh. Yeah, so 3-2 for so it was 3-2 for the USA. Mm-hmm. Frankie Kazarian defeated defeated Cody Deaner from that put the USA up 4-2.
Oh.
And then we get to Northern Armory, Judas Icarus and Travis Williams, who defeated the system, or the other 2 members of the system, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers, aka Edge's biatch.
Come on now. He used to have a losing streak.
Yes, but I do believe in Joe Hendry. So
well, of course.
Canada earns 1 point, putting the USA up 4 so it's 4-3 for the USA at this point. Vipress, who replaced Tessa Blanchard, who was actually injured at TNA Under Siege in her match with Ariana Grace, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Super serious or just?
It was a jaw thing. Yeah, but
okay.
But so she wasn't able to wrestle on the Saturday night for the TNA tapings, right. And then she wasn't able to wrestle on the Sunday night either. But according to TNA, she is going to be able to wrestle after this week. So.
Oh, okay. Good. All right.
Yeah.
Good.
So Vipress, replacing Tessa Blanchard, defeated Toronto's Jody Threat. So that put the USA up. Yeah, I know. Jody Threat's been jobbing a lot lately, unfortunately.
I don't care for that.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
USA up 5-3.
Ooh.
And then Eric Young defeated Matt Hardy.
Suck it, Matt Hardy.
Canada pulls in within 1, 5-4. Yep. And then Santino Marella defeated Nick Nemeth.
Yes. Sorry, Nick.
to tie it up 5-5, which no doubt was also part of a continuation of what was happening with what was happening at TNA Under Siege as well. So that's a lot. So
Right.
that I think will be a lot of fun too. So what happened was since it was tied 5-5, that was the quote unquote last match on the card. The system of Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, Moose, and JDC decided to act a fool. I will say that for the 12-year-olds listening to us right now. So Team USA and Team Canada, they united to defeat the system.
Hey.
And so they posed, gave victory, and then it just all devolved into another brawl between everybody in the ring. So hey, you know what? Team Canada, Team USA gets along for a second, and then you know what? The kerfuffles.
It's all about the kerfuffle in the end, you know.
Exactly. So now that you've heard how this all works, what do you personally think of this as the way I've described it so far?
It sounds like a lot of fun to watch. It's almost like you want to have like a little bracket scorecard with you, which I find, which is great. I mean, we're all sports fans here too at the Ring Crew as well, and you know, so we all love a bracket. Everybody loves a bracket. But yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun, and it kind of keeps you, because it all happens in the one event, though. Yeah, you're like tied in for like what? That's 2 hours right there.
At least,
throughout the night. Yeah. So I do like that. I don't know if they expand that to over a course of time, but I guess they couldn't, because it's not like they have regular TV shows to also throw it onto. But to keep it tight like that and tie it into a pay-per-view, I was having fun with you describing it, so I'm going to go check it out and watch it later too as well. But yeah, I think that could work. I think after I see it, I could better see maybe any refinements that could come up. But yeah, no, I like the sound of that a lot. I think that's good. And it's a great way to introduce a ton of people.
Exactly. Both sides of the border as well. So and that's the thing. I personally think it did an amazing job to push all of these guys and have them have eyes on them in a fun gimmick tournament. This is it's not just your brackets anymore, but then like the fact that you're doing the scorecard thing and all that is that, and you mentioned this is something that may have been imported from Japan.
Well, I was just thinking of, because I mean, like, the best tournaments are all from Japan, so I think it's not necessarily this exact framework, but just the idea of having a regular tournament kind of thing, just to make it exciting for either a show or over a period of time. Like AEW, I think, is really refining now with the Owen Hart tournament. This year was their best Owen Hart tournament, I think, from the beginning matches all the way to how it ended at Double or Nothing. So I'm just thinking they're looking at a tournament structure of some kind is a good thing to throw into the mix to kind of just add a new excitement level. Because again, I mean, half of my comments on this show are, oh, this reminds me of this 20 years ago. This reminds me of, like, there's a lot that's repeated, and it's hard to make a lot of the same thing exciting again. And it's even harder to come up with something new all the time, which, you know, of course, where you have craziness on a pole matches, which we don't have anymore, but that's why that kind of nonsense starts, right? Is because, well, what else is left to do? Right. But I think this is a smart way where, okay, you're not trying to reinvent the tournament, just having the tournament and let the people be that are participating in the tournament. That's where the excitement is. And then use it as a vehicle to introduce kind of things. And to introduce new people, introduce new wrestlers to a current audience, especially if you have people in the tournament from another promotion, that kind of thing. I think it's just the idea from learning from New Japan is how to properly utilize a tournament to make something more exciting with your current roster. Yeah.
And do you think, since this is a TNA, this was presented by TNA Wrestling, do you think as well that this has a possibility of rejuvenating Survivor Series, because I know we've had War Games, and War Games is always fun, is always fun, but it's also we've had War Games for quite a number of years now, and especially now the traditional Survivor Series match has basically fallen out of favor with not just the company, but it looks like the fans too. Do you think this is something that they could use for Survivor Series one day?
The one night of the year that Raw and SmackDown face each other. Yeah. I don't know. It's almost like War Games is so good that it should just be Survivor Series. Just do War Games in November.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Like, I don't even know about have both. Just make your NXT show a big four and see how that goes.
Interesting.
Put them on the map that way, right? Like, if you really want to push, if you really want to shake off the C show, Raw's A, SmackDown's B, and NXT is C. If you want to shake that up, then you got your big four. Put NXT in, put War Games in November.
Interesting.
Yeah, why not? Right? I mean, crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
I mean, either do that, because otherwise you don't want to just have Survivor Series copying War Games, because then that's silly. Then you're just eating your own foot, and then you look silly doing that, right? So,
very true.
Yeah, but just punch it up. Yeah, punch above your weight. Don't punch down, right? So, throw NXT into the big four. See what happens.
Wow. And you know what? As we mentioned before, business is so good that they could take a risk like that, and no harm, no foul. Basically, if it doesn't work, because the business is so healthy right now. It's
AEW is trying stuff, and they still haven't gone under. So
exactly,
you can try stuff. So
exactly. Ringside Heat on News Talk Saga 960 AM, your favorite podcatcher, as well as on YouTube. That's it for us here today. Thank you so much for listening. We will be back with more wrestling talk next week, and who knows what we're going to be talking about, because there's so much happening, and there's always something happening with
lots of changes. A lot. It's great. Again, this is a good time to be a wrestling fan. We are spoiled for choices, AAA level down to independent level. Everybody's firing on all cylinders. It's fantastic. Go see a local show, and then go get Netflix to watch stuff there too. And I guess if you have to use TSN to watch AEW, go ahead.
That was Colin Dodge at Risen72 at KanjiraCast. This is Godzilla Podcast. Episode 6 has been dropped, so check that out. Get the link at KanjiraCast. I'm Lex Tan at Lex Tan Media. Follow the show at Ringside_Heat. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week, and we remember the things that you probably forgot.
Bye, guys.
See ya.